So good morning or good night, depending on where you are, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude and Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and tonight we have Chris Watt from the band Fire Follows, and we're here to discuss everything about the new single and everything between. But first of all, Chris, how are you tonight?
Doing great, man. How are you?
I'm good. I like your log setting.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
It's
like
kind of,
a home studio?
yeah. I mean, it's in my house, but at this point, my house is like more of a studio than a house. So it just kind of keeps taking over everything. So I guess technically studio in a home, but it keeps upgrading to where now it's basically just a studio.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I like the Grogu at the back.
Yeah, man. I don't know. He keeps me company. I got a couple big dogs as well. So they between them and him, I'm good to go in here.
So nice. So I know that you recently released a new single
Yeah,
called "The Puppeteer,"
yes,
uh,
sir.
and I was listening to it, and it has a lot of like uh, it's like very modern, like I felt like some Breaking Benjamin vibes with
Yeah,
some other bands.
yeah.
The Puppeteer, what is the Puppeteer about? What's the story behind that song?
Yeah, it's basically just like my observation of, and many other people's observation too, of just the world in which we live right now, where it feels like everything is so weird all the time. And it's so just, it feels very much like things are just constantly being orchestrated at a level that we don't, and by we, I mean the people, don't have
Mhm.
control over. And so like that main line or one of the main lines in the chorus, which is when they see I've cut my strings, they'll call the puppeteer. It's this idea that whether we're aware of it or not, we're sort of all, being played by something larger that we can't see in the moment that we step out of line of that kind of main groove. Yeah, the puppeteers around the corner. So it's there's a lot of metaphor in that song, but it's something like that. It's just trying to kind of lift the veil a little bit on what seems like a pretty crazy world we're living in right now.
Yeah, no, it's a cool song, like very modern. I have the artwork for that single here.
Yeah.
Who worked on this artwork?
So I did that with, I say I, but I found, are you familiar with like the new AI designers, like the AI robot, AI art stuff?
Yeah, I had an interview the other day that he talked about the same thing.
Yeah. So that's what that is, man. It's, I forget which, sorry, I got a dog barking, but it's one of those designers. And I just, I downloaded it and started messing with it. And those things are incredible. I mean, you basically just start inputting certain, keywords that are related to what you want, and it starts spitting stuff back out. And then you actually kind of get to interact with this AI system in a way where you can, keep guiding it the direction you want it to go until it sort of spits back something that's what you were intending. So it's a super cool process. I mean, I don't know how many hours I spent on that, but considering I have basically zero like graphic design skills whatsoever, the fact that I was able to crank that out in, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours was pretty incredible. So I'll be
Yeah,
using it for all the future artwork as well, because it's just so rad.
yeah, no, it looks cool, and plus you get to save on the artwork by
Oh,
doing
big
it
time, man. Absolutely.
yourself. So, I know that you produce your own music. How do you go by producing music? Like, what's your process?
So it's always, every song is different. Like usually it starts with the chorus and either just simple piano riffs or guitar riffs. And then I might have like an intro or a verse piece or something like that. But I'll usually just start tracking. Like that's why I have to kind of write while I'm in studio, because sorry, I got an alarm going on. Because
I thought it
I'll
was my
basically
phone all
build
of a
out like
sudden.
yeah, I'll build out like the core piece of the song, and then just start sort of either building out the rest of it, or if I don't have anything right then, I'll track the vocals at least scratch vocals on it. And usually that'll kind of lead me to a place where I'm like, okay, I need a super aggressive intro, or a, or vice versa. I need something it's kind of soft that can kind of build into it. And so it's all just this very fluid process that starts with a simple idea, record it, start working things in and out of it. And then eventually the songs take shape. So I usually end up going through, like, I don't even know how many iterations of each song before I land on something that I'm like, okay, this feels really cohesive and easy to follow and all that kind of stuff. So they take me a long time to build, but I don't know. It's all good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I also read that you have a logging company as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
So you keep busy with the logging, the recording.
Yeah.
So I know you had an EP back in 2020 and other music. So this standalone single, do you have more tracks on the way right now, or just a single for now?
Yep. There's more. I was going to release it as an EP, but just the way the industry is right now, it's still very much feels like singles are the way to go. So there's 2 or 3 other songs that they're done. Like literally I could upload them to, iTunes or whatever right now. So we'll just keep releasing those probably in like 6 or 8 week increments. And then the next batch of 3 or 4 or 5, whatever it is basically done. I just need to send them out for like mixing, mastering, but most of the tracking on those. So my initial thought was I would do like a 5-song release at the beginning of the year and then do another 3 to 5 at the end. And a lot of stuff just kind of got held up. And so now it's just going to be a lot of singles just dropping pretty consistently for the next, I don't know, 12 months or whatever.
Nice. And you said iTunes, right?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, as far as like the songs being literally ready to go to upload to whatever, like,
because I was like, I think iTunes doesn't exist anymore, or I wasn't sure.
It's funny, it does. I mean, it's just nobody uses it,
Yeah, why would you? It wouldn't make sense right now to buy from iTunes.
No, it's the industry is so different.
Yeah, no, everything's changing. So what can we expect from the singles that are coming? Are they going to be the same vein musically as the Puppeteer, or there's some differences?
Yeah, there will be some differences. I mean, it's all like whatever genre this even is, hard rock or heavy melodic rock, or whatever. So it's all like in that vein, but for sure, I mean, the next one's pretty explosive in terms of like it just kind of steps on the gas right away and never lets off. The Puppeteer's got a little bit more like in and out kind of dynamic. This next one's just boom, here we go. But then the one that comes after that is much more of almost like a it could be an acoustic track, right, that just ended up turning into like a big hard rock anthem kind of thing. So I like having each of them sound as different as they can. So at least these next 3 or 4, again, I mean, genre wise, yeah, they're all in the same genre, but they're very different songs. So it's going to be cool.
Nice. Yeah. So right now, what music, new music that's not your own, you're into?
It's a really good question. What have I heard recently? And to be honest with you, and I just don't, like, I'm such a throwback in terms of I have a handful of stuff that I like, and I feel like I just kind of run that on repeat. People they're shocked when I say this. I like a lot of country music. So there's like some newer country stuff that I think is pretty cool. It's not that bro country, but it's just kind of that, like, it's pretty simple country rock stuff that I can get into. I'm trying to think of, sorry, I should really be listening to more music. I've honestly, lately, I've been listening to so much podcasts and stuff. I feel like I'm way behind on the music thing, but
yeah, that happens. What podcast are you into?
Honestly, I listen to a lot of, people would call them like conspiracy theory stuff, but like it's a lot of, right now it's about, human resets and looking at old structures throughout the world and the viability of how those were built, or did we build them or did we inherit them, kinds of things. I mean, in simple form, you look at the pyramids and that's, what everyone points to, but there's so much out there. So I just get so into that. And once I start kind of going down that rabbit hole, I'll spend way too much time.
Okay, and you get inspirations for songs that way, with those podcasts.
I get so much song inspiration from it. I mean, it's just like there's part of any of that kind of stuff. And I say podcast, but like just anything on YouTube or whatever channels that I find, but it's something about like opening up a new part of my mind that I can feel like this resistance to, maybe initially, where that first thought is like, wait, what is this? This is crazy. And some of it is, well, relatively, but there's also this process of like unwinding a lot of things that I think is really healthy for me and for probably anybody. And so in doing that, yeah, there's tons of lyrics and just tons of ideas that'll pop into my mind as I'm listening to this stuff and just learning more about the world in which we exist. And so, in fact, the next song that's coming out will be called "Shedding This Skin," and there's a lot of cool kind of concepts in there that, in some ways, do circulate around this kind of stuff. So, it's gonna be good.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
is there a time that you will take the band out and play some shows, or no plans right now to play?
There's nothing right now, but that's the ultimate goal. I've got a band that we were doing a lot of rehearsing late last year, early this year, and just never really was able to get anything lined up. So part of what I'm doing right now is hoping that I can just plug into some groups or some agencies, labels, man, whatever it is that can sort of help with some of that. I feel like I do so much of this right now solo, that just between the writing and the all the recording and production, and then I'm doing basically all the social media except for Song that does some PR stuff with me. She helps with that too, but it's just a lot. And so I definitely am actively, and we're always talking to people about trying to find someone that can sort of help with that touring side of it, because I think that's just, it's something I want to do, and I know the band that I've got wants to do it too. We just got to make sure it's something that works, and so hopefully this year or certainly early next is the goal right now, but we'll see.
Yeah, and maybe you can like touring, with some bands like the Breaking Benjamins or that type of the Skillets, that type of band could be good.
That's
So
exactly it, man.
yeah. So Chris, everyone, you can stream the Puppeteer. It's out everywhere where you can stream, and you have other songs that you can stream on the social medias.
Oh, sure.
It's all digitally, right? There's nothing physical right now.
Nothing physical. Yeah.
Just digital. So people, you can go and listen to it if you like that, like alternative, like type of rock type of bands. Mid 2000s, I think you would dig Fire Follow. So go ahead and check it out. And again, Chris, I want to take thank you, for taking some time to talk with me about the single and other stuff. So everyone, follow Fire Follows. I'll put the link for your Facebook pages, the socials, so people can go ahead and follow the band and get into it. So again, until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield doing a couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.
Hell yeah.